Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I just wanted to show you guys my settings and tell you guys about all the stuff I use. So for starters, for a keyboard I use the Velocifire K61 WS. It's 60%, pretty small. I like it a lot. It's brown switch, mechanical, and yeah, that's the keyboard. For a mouse I use the Logitech G430. Everyone loves this mouse. I like it a lot. The only thing is it's a little heavy, but it's okay. It's an okay mouse. And for the DPI on my mouse, I plan 800 DPI. I was at 550 when I first got the mouse, and then I went up to 600, then 700, and now I'm at 800. So I really like 800. I think I'm gonna stick with it. But yeah. For a grip style on my mouse, I use claw grip. Maybe it's either claw or fingertip. It's in between there. I'm definitely not a palm gripper. That's really uncomfortable for me. But yeah, I think my hand is like relatively big, so that's why I use fingertip grip. It's super comfortable. I like it a lot. I have a lot of control over my mouse, and yeah. For a monitor, I use the AOC G430PF. It's 144 hertz FreeSync. Like it a lot. If you're not on 144 hertz yet, you should really switch because it will literally change your gameplay so much. For mic, I use a blue Snowball Ice, the black version. I like it a lot. Sounds good. Good price. For a headset, I use the Logitech G430s. It's a really good headset for cheap, and the surround sound is great. I really like it a lot. So for my specs, I have an RX 580 8GB card in my PC, and then I have an i7 2700 2nd gen. Not the best, but you know, it kind of gets the job done, sort of. Hoping to do some work on that soon, but yep. And then for RAM, I have 14 gigs of DDR3. Game froze there, I don't know why. That's kind of funny, but I have 14 gigs of DDR3. And then I have 2 hard drives, no SSD. One's a terabyte and the other one is 500 gigs. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much it. There's really nothing else special. There's like nothing else special about my PC, to be honest. But then for streaming, I use StreamLabs. I rarely ever stream though, unfortunately, but when I do stream, I use StreamLabs. And for recording, I use the Radeon ReLive software up here. Comes with AMD cards, really good. You can save clips and everything. I like it a lot. For editing videos, I use Sony Vegas Pro 14. Great software, love it. Been using it for a little while. And so now, since we're in here, whoa. That's weird. Okay. So, for colorblind mode, I use Deuteranope. I think that's how you say it. I play on level 6, personally. If you don't know why people play on colorblind mode, it's because either they're colorblind, or like they just want to see better in the storm, because this one does help you see better in the storm. Can't tell you how many people I've killed because I saw them using this colorblind mode. Really like it. I'm used to it now. For video settings, I play native. Normally I play 144 frame rate cap. And then I have 3 res at native res. Sometimes I turn it down to 1600 by 1080 because that res is actually really good in comp if you want like FPS. Because who doesn't want FPS, right? But it's kind of hard to get, but you get the point. 1600 by 1080 sometimes. And then I use near view distance, shadows off, anti-aliasing off, textures on medium. I only have it set to medium because sometimes textures will take a while to load, and I know an SSD will help with that, but that's why I have it on medium. It doesn't really affect my FPS a whole lot. You have effects and post-processing. I both have those on low. VSync off, terrible setting, never use it. Always use FreeSync or G-Sync if you have an option for that on your monitor. Motion blur off, terrible setting again. Show FPS on, allow multi-threaded rendering. I have that on, and that's just so that your CPU can be put to its max potential. And then if we go to the actual settings here, I play in 0.16 cents for X and Y. Controller, I almost never use controller, but if I do, then I'm like just messing around, you know, because I can't build on controller, but it's kind of fun to L2 spam and all that, or LT spam. So I play on 0.705 for sense on controller, and then mouse targeting sense is 0.695. I did not set this. I mean, like a couple updates just sort of changed it, and I was cool with it, so I didn't really touch it a lot. Mouse scope sense, this has been like this since season 1, and I like it. 0.747, like it. Skipping over the controller stuff here. I don't use invert view. That's terrible. HUD scale 0.6. If you play on one HUD scale, that's really gross. It just gets in your way. That's why I have it small, because like there's no reason to have it big, you know. Peripheral lighting, I like this a lot. So if you don't know what this is, it's like if you have a Logitech keyboard, Logitech mouse, anything like that, then the lights will change upon circumstance. So like say you're in the storm, your mouse will turn purple, you know. It's just a cool little thing. Sprint by default on. Always turn that on. There's no need to walk in this game. Literally no need to walk. If you want to be quiet, then just crouch, you know. But yeah. Tap to interact off. Toggle targeting off. Aim assist on for controller. Turbo building on, of course. Video highlights, might as well turn that off now because I don't have an NVIDIA card anymore. But brightness, I like to keep this on 0.5. I used to play on 0.25 before I switched to colorblind, but now that I'm playing on colorblind, I like to have it at 0.5. For audio settings, I keep my Windows volume at 50, and I leave this at 0.75 usually, or 0.5, depends. Like if I'm playing like what's it called, Zone Wars or something, Turtle Wars, and we're super loud, I'll turn it down. But yeah. Push to talk, I usually have this off. I never use game chat though, always on Discord. We already went over this. Visualize sound effects though, I tried it for a little bit. It messes with my head a little too much, so I don't really like it. So moving on to keybinds. You know, we have WASD, who doesn't use that? I mean, I guess some people use ESDF, but not me. Jump is on space. F1, F2, F3. So basically, this is so I can quick peek. This is from way back in season 4, but it was like you just press F1, F2, F3. I don't use it anymore because I have a 60% keyboard now, and kind of can't unless I'm holding FN, and that's really, you don't want to do that. Crouch as control. I know a lot of people use C, but I like control. Some people use shift too. Alright, here's a good one. So I use F as use. A lot of people use F for edit, but I don't. I just use F for use. And harvesting tool is 0. This is actually tab. I just remapped tab to be 0 in my computer's registry. Reason being is because my roof key is Alt. And a lot of the time I would try to turtle up and then pull out my pickaxe immediately after, and it would tab me out of my game because it would do Alt tab. I really didn't like that, so I found a way around it. Mapped harvesting tool to 0, and my PC thinks that when I press tab, I'm pressing 0, so it's good. I also like macroed my mouse so that I can tab out, so yeah, all good. Weapon slot 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, and then I have Z and X. I got these from Ninja back in like season 4. I liked them, and I sort of stuck with them. Wall, here's a good one. So I originally had this as G. I've had it as G for over a year now, and I like doing it, like, but the only thing is I had my left index finger doing literally everything. So I had it editing, placing floors, placing walls, placing ramps, interacting, reloading, push to talking, and emoting. So I really had to change something, and I chose wall. Just because I felt like it was a fun challenge, and I really liked it, and so I'm pretty used to pressing Q for wall now. Feels good. If you don't have all your keybinds on different fingers, please change them. I mean, I still have my index pressing floor and stair at the same time, but I mean, I can live with that, and I'll probably most likely change one of these eventually. I have roof as left alt. I already went over that, but left alt, super comfortable. Just move my thumb to the left and tap it. It's super easy. I know that 72 Hours also uses this. I've been using this since like season 5 though, so trap, I just changed this. Trap used to be Q, because you know I basically swapped them, but I didn't like pressing G for traps, so I've just put it on my mouse button. The reason why I don't have any builds on my mouse button is because it's super uncomfortable for me. Like, I can't press it with muscle memory, you know? So yeah. Then I have repair and upgrade as 5. You never need to repair or upgrade, so I just sort of set it as 5 for the rare times where I do. Rotate building, I have that disabled because you never need to rotate buildings, like almost never. I probably do it, like I would probably do it like less than once a month. It was so rare, but, or on purpose, I mean. Change building material, right mouse, crouch while editing, left control. Okay, so hold on. Select building edit, mouse 1, reset building edit, right mouse, and scroll wheel down. So I use scroll wheel to reset edits. Not even gonna front, you know, because a lot of people act like they can just reset edits fast, but I'm not even gonna front. I use scroll wheel, and I like it a lot. Works pretty well on the G502. For miscellaneous, we have E as building edit. I love pressing E to edit. It's so easy, you know. I like it a lot. I've been using it since like season 4, season 5, something like that. None of these are bound. Cursor mode. Okay, so this basically means inventory, but you have to hold it to open it. So like you hold it, it's open, let go, it closes. I use number 4 for inventory basically. I really like it. People say it's weird. I think it's pretty comfortable, you know, like I just move my left index up and hold 4 and, you know, swap around. And yeah. Then we have vehicle exit as F. Just keep things consistent. And a bunch of other vehicle stuff that nobody really cares about. And then I have emotes as 6. Where is that? I don't even see it. But I just randomly thought that. I have emote as 6 on my keyboard. I almost never emote, so you know, it's all good. That's almost it. I guess I can show my locker. Let's do it quick, but this is my locker. Back blings. I have like none of these, or at least not a lot. Pickaxes, gliders, contrails, emotes, wraps, banners. I have the Battle Bus banner. Also I have the Fortnite banner. Save the world, you know, all that. Where's the Battle Bus? There we go. Alright. Music packs and loading screens. Okay, and I think that about wraps it up. There isn't really anything else that I can think of, you know, that I really need to go over. I hope you liked it. These are my settings. Super comfortable. Like them a lot. Don't copy my settings. You know, like just sort of figure out what works for you. And if that, you know, starts with copying a pro's settings or something like that, then, you know, at least edit them a little bit. Unless they really do work for you, don't force it, you know. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed, peace.
Yeah. That's tough. So unfortunate. Oh my.